All right, all right. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone back to the Vertical Weekly EMA, the place where we take you guys with us through all the latest developments happening behind the scene, and the place where you guys have the opportunity to ask questions directly to the team. And guys, we got to give our apologies a little bit because last week we kind of didn't have the time to do the EMA. The full core team was present on the side event, and our intention was to do the EMA during the side event. But we were just talking with so many people, and everyone was just busy with spreading the gospel vertical that unfortunately we couldn't make the EMA. But that doesn't mean that we cannot make it up this week, because this week is going to be massively packed. A lot of developments that we were intended to discuss last week, we are going to be discussing this week. So it's going to be fully packed. I got Lawrence here with me, our head of strategy, to support me in this packed agenda. And guys, like always, prepare your questions for the last moment, and obviously we're gonna answer them in great detail. So guys, to kick things off, we posted this on our socials just a few hours ago. A great milestone that we've reached as Vertical, as a company, as a platform, as an ecosystem, and that is that we have officially hit 20,000 registered vertical users on our platform, which was the exact amount that we wanted to hit before we were going to introduce our payment system to ensure that when we go over from our current adoption strategy into the payment strategy, that we had sufficient users, that we had to build products on, to test them on, to see how they were behaving on our platform, to optimize, to really add value in our products. And just hitting this 20,000 is just a confirmation that we have built a product that people are keen to use, and where we've seen steady growth in the last few months, which is just awesome. But this is just the start, right? We are on the road of hitting 100,000 vertical platform users before the end of the year, and this is just the first big step towards it. But obviously, this is not where we are going to be stopping. We are going to be doubling down on everything that we've been doing, because obviously we're doing something right? And we're enjoying ourselves, and we're just so happy to see all the positive feedback from the community as well. Um, all right. So last week, something that I wanted to tell you guys is that we did an in-depth interview with the team of Akash. As you all know, our studio and our vertical cloud are currently mainly has Akash integrated as source of compute. Obviously, as you all know, we're also going to be integrating Edge and now also Nosana, where we're going to tell a little bit more about later. But we did an in-depth interview, and this interview is going to be promoted through their official channels, which is great, which is going to give massive exposure to Vertical as a company, as an application layer on these decentralized networks. And just super grateful for Akash giving us the opportunity to do this. And, adding on to this, they are also going to give us a place on their stage during their Acceleration Summit in New York City on the 23rd of June. So next month, in about 3.5 weeks, I'll be flying over to New York to be present there during a VIP dinner of Akash with other big builders in the space. And I'll be on the stage promoting Vertical to people that, probably have big interest in the products that we are building. So again, greatly appreciated of Akash of doing this. Let's see. Oh yeah, last week, of course, we were present during the Dutch Blockchain Week. Again, the fourth in real life event that we were present on, and it was a major success. Also there, I visited the VIP dinner. I was invited there together with just a small group, like 80 plus people from very reputable companies. And I'm talking about people from Coinbase, from Bybit, a lot of other big firms active in the Web3. We could only be there with one person, every company, and I spoke to so many great people. And obviously, we were invited there as well during the main event to speak on the stage. And of course, I took the opportunity to, you know, butter everyone up about all the crazy stuff that is happening at Vertical, and gave a great pitch on stage. Stood there answering questions for an additional almost 10 minutes. And afterwards, so many people came to our booth because we had our own booth over there, asking questions further with us. And obviously, we had the best people from our team standing there, making sure that everyone that was there asking questions to the team got super excited. So super proud of the team. And to add the cherry on the pie of the Dutch Blockchain Week, we organized another side event together with Nosana. So Nosana is also a decentralized network that offers GPUs for renting, and have a little bit. They encounter the same, limitation as the Akash network, in the sense that a lot of stuff has to happen manually, and a lot of conveniences that people know from Web 2 cloud providers, that are missing still in Web 3, and are the exact conveniences that we as Vertical are building in Vertical clouds, that make these networks going to be more adopted, through our Vertical cloud. We like to keep the phrase, they have the supply and we are going to create the demand, and we're going to make sure that auto scaling and load balancing is going to be possible while leveraging GPUs from Nosana as well. So another major strong partnership in the books for Vertical, and I'm super curious to also collaborate with them very closely as well. So that is a little bit of a roundup about the in real life events, etc., etc. And I think that last week we gave you guys the promise to take you guys a little bit through the roadmap that we have set up. We've put a lot of thought in this, and Lawrence, I'm gonna give you the word to take everyone to the roadmap and give you guys a little explanation on why we have set it up the way we did it, and how we are going to look into the future to make sure that Vertical is going to be a dominant brand in the space. So, Lawrence, take it away.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. And yeah, I love to start talking about the road.
Let me add. Okay. How about now? Talk now, please.
Guys, can you hear me? Test, test, test.
Should we work?
Still can't hear anything.
Okay, now good. Go for it.
Yeah, you can hear me?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, guys. Then really quickly. Okay, great. I started talking about the roadmap today because we got some great news. We successfully completed phase 1 of our roadmap, and we are now moving into phase 2. And phase 1, want to stand still there for a second before we talk about phase 2, because phase 1 was really all about setting up the foundation for a successful company, right? We launched our project. We did some market research. We looked for the best product market fit. We set up a community. Guys, we have an awesome community. Really, really proud of that. And yeah, we became one of the really strong brands in the community in the space of Web3 and AI. So we got a lot of things that we're proud of. We achieved all our goals of phase 1, and where phase 1 was all about setting up the foundation to become a successful company. Phase 2, which we're initiating now, is all about using that foundation and creating the most value with our company. And you can see that from all the things that are on the roadmap. It's gonna be everything that's on in the second phase of the roadmap is all about creating the most value for our community, for our company, and for setting up a successful token economy. So if you look at what's on the roadmap, right? First up, Asian market entry. We've been talking to our network. We've been using everyone that we know to get in touch with the right people to get a way stronger presence in the Asian market. In the beginning, it's a little bit of a harder market to get into because of the language barrier. But I mean, we got a strong brand now. We know the right people, so that's one of our focus areas right now. We are working on a new website. The previous website was nice, but we are just trying to, first of all, bring an update, right? It's been a while. But secondly, we just wanted to make it look nicer, more professional, and make sure that it covers our entire vision for the upcoming years. Another exciting thing is we've been working on updating our token economics. We want to make sure that the token economics is even more part of our ecosystem, and we just want to make sure that our token is an integral part, making sure that we get the best value for our community and the strongest token economy. So there's a big update on that soon. Super excited about that. Well, then of course, becoming MiCAR compliant and SEX listing, it's something we've been working on behind the screens for a while. Especially becoming MiCAR compliant, it's a daunting process, but we are coming close to an end now. So expect some big updates on that are also really huge for the value of our token. Super excited about that. In this phase, it's going to be the phase where we're going to earn our first revenue, right? We're going to make money. So that means that we're going to launch our credit system, which is our payment system. And then, we're gonna make sure that our vertical studio becomes proper, easy to use for everyone, not just our beta testers. And to do so, we need a proper data set creation agent that we've been working on for a while as well. And then the video and the audio corners are going to come to our stream right now. You can use the text corners, you can use the image corner, but now we want to bring the full package to you. So these are all the exciting things that we have been and that we are going to work on in phase 2. Now, phase 3 is all about hypergrowth. I think that's more important to talk about once we're there. But guys, I'm super excited to bring this value from phase 2 to you, to the company, and just bring exciting updates to our community. Super excited about that. besides the roadmap, let me maybe stop sharing this. I got some other cool, exciting news. Kevin, our lead developer, and me have been asked to come to Monaco for the WAIB summit. And this is really one of the larger events for Web3 and AI at the intersection of these two exciting topics, which is, the spot where we are now. And as you all guys all know, we've been building our vertical cloud. Our vertical cloud is a revolutionary way of combining decentralized and centralized compute, fragmenting those decentralized GPUs. And people have been hearing about it. People have been so excited. So they asked Kevin to come and talk on stage there with, amongst others, the head of Web3 AWS. So there's going to be some really cool conversations that, me personally, I'm super excited that we're going to be there. And we're going to give you guys some updates about that. It will be at the end of July or June, apologies, June. So make sure you visit if you are around. Those are the updates from me for now, I think. Mark, shall I give the audio system back to you?
Yeah, amazing, Lawrence. Yeah, the roadmap. There's been so much energy and so much thought going into it from the team. Like we said before, right, guys? We are here to set up a real business with a real business case, with a real value proposition from the products that we built, but also ensuring that the token becomes an integral part, and that the platform, that the token economy grows together with the platform, and therefore benefiting our community that is participating. So that's super important. We are so excited to roll everything out in the next few weeks and months. You guys are going to be blown away, and combining that with the growth that we see in our users. I think that everybody that's been here since the start knows how much effort has been going into this already. So super excited, Lawrence. Thank you, and can't wait to send you over to Monaco together with Kevin to talk on stage with people from AWS and other big cloud firms. Just very good PR in general. And of course, we're gonna show you guys everything through our social media channels to keep you guys informed of everything that is happening, as we always do, right? Guys, so a couple things. I'm not gonna spoil it yet, but next week there are going to be two major announcements, and we are super excited. The only thing that I'm going to say is keep an eye out for our socials, because next week two major things are going to be dropping that are going to be so beneficial and supportive for the growth and the impact that we are going to have on the markets that we are penetrating and the value that we can bring to our community. So not gonna spoil it right now. Next week EMA, we're gonna tease you guys, of course, a little bit more in depth with those things. Just gonna tell you, we are super excited for the next week that we have for Vertical. It's going to be big. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna set us up for major success. On the other side, the next week EMA, we've realized that the EMAs have been a little bit less tech orientated. So to take you guys a little bit into more in-depth view of everything that's happening behind the scene technically, as we are nearing the end of the month, we always like to do a tech update. So next week, our CTO is going to come on board, going to show you guys a couple of our beta features that we are working on that is going to bring a lot of useful new features to the platform as well. So if you're more keen in seeing the things that we are developing currently that are coming next week, make sure to tune in because our CTO is going to be there to answer your questions, but also show you some cool stuff. Whew, there was a lot of information. So guys, I think it's time for you to ask your questions if you have prepared them. This is the time, this is the moment. We are here to answer them in depth, like always. So take this opportunity to ask them. I'm gonna check the
Community.
Let's see, guys. Come on. We want those juicy questions. Well, I mean, usually I just assume that no questions meant that we were super clear. But I see OO typing, so let's give him just a few seconds more. Let's see. So, OO Spot is asking, is the sex links thing going to be announced anytime soon? Guys, we are working on it. We are getting super close. We are executing a strategy. We are in conversation with a lot of quality people at some quality exchanges. And the moment that we are going to be listed and everything is sounding clear, signed, and agreed upon, then of course we are going to announce this big time on our socials. So keep an eye out. We're working on it. It's part of our strategy. It's part of phase 2. So know that it's coming soon. But yeah, we're not going to pinpoint any date on it as of now.
Cool. We got another question from Dija. Not sure if you saw it.
Yeah.
Will there be a feature where we can upload an image to include on our text prompt to create an image?
Yeah. So this is a feature that we're working on. I think that another person in the community said this actually a week ago. Forwarded it to the tech team, and they are actually working on this as we speak. So these are these types of minor updates that we just push, guys. That we'll probably just announce in our Telegram group. But we are constantly adding these types of small features to our platform. So keep visiting the platform to see if anything is new that you haven't seen the time before, because we're constantly developing it. Right? I guarantee you that every 2 weeks we are pushing minor features and bigger features and optimizations, stability things, bug fixes, etc., etc. So it might not seem to move fast week to week, but if you go a month to month, you just see how fast we've been going, and we're not stopping. We're just accelerating, and super excited to see where we are in 1 or 2 months. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I think those were the questions for now. Are there any plans to bring in some Chinese, like for better penetration? So, guys, entering the Asian market in terms of marketing is, of course, going to cover also China. Like, we're focusing on a few major markets over there that we see that are good for Web3, but also for Web2 marketing. In general, we are focusing on South Korea, Japan, China, and Indonesia. And then we are still exploring if there are any other countries that we should be focusing on. But these four are four major countries that we are currently focusing on targeting directly with our marketing.
That's why we're also practicing all our Asian languages, right?
Yeah, Lawrence actually speaks Japanese now, solely for the reason that we are going to enter the Japanese market.
Vertical AI wa totemo sugoi desu.
Yeah, we like to have fun. All right, guys. Well, I think that is it. I don't see any more questions. I see Web3 Godfather still typing. I'm going to give him a few more seconds just in case. Don't want to leave anyone behind. And else, I think we can wrap it up. It's been a long EMA. Let's see when the... Yeah, so this is actually the Web Godfather is saying, when the video corner comes live, should we expect to see Google Veo 3 video generation model? The video corner is currently being worked on. We have looked into the Google Veo 3 video generation model. It's super impressive. We just can't wait to integrate it. The only thing is that Google has put a wait list on access to this model. And we have applied for the wait list to get access to it. But even if you get access, the usage is limited by Google itself for the VO3 model. So just know that we are working tirelessly to get access to it and integrate it into our platform. But don't be sad. We are also integrating Kling models and of course the VO2 model. So when the Video Corner goes live, it's not all dependent on having access on the latest VO3 model. We're going to integrate multiple video generation models. So you guys can always generate videos no matter which model you use, because that's what we're all about, right? Having access to multiple ones and not just one, and being dependent on one provider. Yes. So we are definitely, yeah, thank you, Sensei. We are cooking on this. Will do. All right, guys. So without further ado, I think those were all the questions. You're welcome, Web3 Godfather. All right, guys. Well, everyone, I wish everyone a great day, a great evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you again for tuning in. Of course, join in next week again to get more of our latest updates. For now, it's Mark and Lawrence tuning out.